Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hi there, and thank you for joining us on the Overcomers Overcoming podcast. We feature those who are in the process of overcoming or have overcome any type of life encounter, life obstacle that at the time seemed to be almost insurmountable. With this podcast, we have three objectives in mind. Our first objective is we want you to know with a confident resolve you are not alone. We want to work with you. We want you to know there are others who are working with you, who want to help you through whatever you are encountering, and together we will get through whatever you're experiencing.
Our second objective is there are multiple options for any life encounter you are facing. We want to help you develop a resolve that there are various options and solutions to any life dilemma.
Our third objective is to help you with critical thinking skills. If you're encountering something that was possibly a decision you made sometime in the past, and if you had the opportunity for a life redo, you would make a different decision. We want to help you with those critical thinking skills that can help you make an informed decision and not encounter what you're going through at the moment. We are the Cooper Culture, a veteran-owned business. We work with business personnel and families to develop and sustain connected relationship cultures within their families and organizations. That type organization is one where people feel wanted, appreciated, and genuinely a part of that organization. I'm with my wife and business partner, Marty, who has helped me facilitate this podcast. Today we feature Joyce Feustel, who at age 61, as she said, her then supervisor encouraged her to appeal to baby boomers and help them adapt to social media. At the time she thought, I don't know if I can do that, but the idea caught on, and she is now conducting sessions to tutor baby boomers, and I'm sure she would welcome others to join in, but she is targeting baby boomers, social media, and how to make an appeal to those on social media. And she's focusing not exclusively, but is focusing on LinkedIn. It's a great opportunity to learn through her. And one thing I think the byline is, it is never too late to start. Marty, what are some takeaways you gained from Joyce?
Joyce has this outgoing personality that just can attract a lot of people. And her desire to help us baby boomers to keep our brain cells going, I think is just a wonderful story, and her desire to help. And like you said, not only us, but younger people too, because I think just recently we realized that younger people need that encouragement also because of COVID and other things. But Joyce is the person to go to.
It is never too late to learn. Let's work together, work with each other, and let's fly off together. Let's go together. Joyce, it's great to have you with us. You might be one of the very few people who decided to become self-employed at 61 years old, but you started a business then, and you felt that, you somehow, some way could do that to help us, baby boomers, understand social media. And there may not be a whole lot of people who would even choose to start a business at age 61, but social media, quite obviously, all of us were invented long before the internet, social media, and so forth. And so we have to learn what we need to learn. But Joyce, you have seemed to have cornered that market Joyce, it's great to be with you. Tell us a little bit what excuse me. Tell us what it was that motivated you to start your own business and learn technology and how to keep going.
My manager loved me. Let's start with that. I was working in sales, and our company had just rolled out the three big social media. This is 2010, folks, back when all we had was Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So I knew enough about them to be able to promote our college's social media to our, it's a college, to our students, the clients. And I was so good at it, and they even kept track of who got enough people like signed up, that my 35-year-old manager said to my 61-year-old self, "Hey, Joyce, have you ever thought of helping?" Actually, he didn't say start a business, but helping people in your age group, your baby boomer age group, help them understand social media like you do. Well, he really saw something in me that I hadn't seen in me. It wasn't my idea. I probably wouldn't be sitting here today, to be perfectly honest, if he hadn't seen that in me. And I didn't right at 61 go off and be self-employed. And I ramped up like a lot of people do. You keep your side hustle going, you keep your day job going, and then in 3 years, that's when I went full time into the business.
So, Joyce, did you have to learn the technology, or was it? I'm going to ask you to get this way. Was it more so the messaging, and maybe you relied on someone else about the technology part?
That's a terrific question. I don't think anybody's ever asked me it quite that way. I would say that I knew the technology at a basic level enough to write my own post. I never had anybody like run anything for me, but I did very quickly get involved with the Colorado women in social media. So when I would have and we had a Facebook group. So when I would have a question, whether it was tech or content or whatever, I would throw it into that group and they would answer. One of them, much younger than me, all of them. And so that helped a lot to have essentially a support group, if you want to think of it that way, a collegial group who'd been around these sites longer than I had in a professional capacity, certainly. So that's what I did. And then, oh my gosh, I would subscribe to blogs. I would reach out to people on LinkedIn and ask them questions. I had basically a network, if you want to use that loosely, at that time back in 2010 through 2013. And even, well, this is more after I got into it full time where I'm asking for money. So yeah, so I really leaned into other people. Books, I have books up the yin yang. Of course, books, they're correct today and wrong tomorrow. So those are all the things that I did. I am a writer. I have been paid to be an editor and writer. So that part of content creation came very naturally to me. This, of course, way before AI, 13 years ago. So I guess I would say a lot of us learning on the job, so to speak.
Sure. Now, in the context of messaging, are you an advocate of determine a niche and stay within that narrow niche? And would you say you need to message daily kind of thing, or am I being too specific?
No, you're not being too specific at all, Ron. Oh, those are two questions. And first, I want to set a context here. When I first got into being a social media tutor, I did a lot with Facebook business pages, helping people understand just Facebook 101 as a, citizen user, so to speak. But then over time, I really morphed into LinkedIn so that nowadays my platform of choice is LinkedIn. And though I do post to my Facebook business page, I mostly post on LinkedIn. So I want to set up that context to answer your question. With LinkedIn, in my opinion, you can post a business person once a week, twice a week, at the most. You can engage with other people in between. That's not really directly posting, but it's supporting them and showing up where other people can see you. So that's the frequency of posting question. Then a niche. Yes, my niche is baby boomers. Baby boomers, of course, born between 1946 and 64. That's that generational years. And and in a way, I think of that group when I post, but really I have a broader audience. When I post, whether it's good business practices or tips for LinkedIn, I'm posting to that semi-informed user of LinkedIn who sometimes doesn't know what they don't know. So I keep my posting not too technical. I keep it, here's my voice. My voice is a friendly teacher voice. So I come across in that way as an informed, upbeat, positive person. And one of my biggest goals as I post is to help people see the value just of being on LinkedIn. I mean, that's part of it in a very big picture. So I hope that helps.
No, it is. Now, the person who has any number of followers, whatever that number is, I want to say followers, LinkedIn connections, when you post, does that post go to every one of those connections, or are the algorithms such that it only goes to a percentage?
B. Now, I'm not techie enough to tell you what that percentage is going to be, but I will say that you can increase your viewership, we'll call it that, maybe broadly,
Mhm.
by tagging people. They call it mentioning is the technical term on LinkedIn. If you bring people into a post or I should say, ask other people you know, well-respected and LinkedIn users to comment on your post. I do that maybe once a quarter at the most. That will bring up the viewership because these people are then commenting. So that's could hit, there's a ripple effect that goes out, beyond your own direct connections, your first level connections. So when you bring other people into it in different ways, that can boost it. I would also say a picture is essential. And believe it or not, and don't overdo this, a picture of a personal nature gets more traction than any other post, in my opinion. I
Great.
had a knee surgery in January. There's a picture of me laying on the bed with the knee elevated and icing and in my bedroom, like I said, and that somehow, because I had life lessons in it, business lessons in it. I didn't just say, here I am, I had surgery. So that got tremendous amount of traction, a post like that.
Is there a difference between a LinkedIn post and an article? There is a difference by the way it's
Yes,
done, but in terms of the audience you're reaching,
I don't think it's so much, well, it's a really good question. Boy, you do your job well.
hmm,
Uh, the audience you're reaching, I think people who are more deep thinkers, I'll call it that, people who look beyond the little, um, just what's here today, gone tomorrow, those people would like an article. Not so the article's a smaller audience. I mean, they would take the time to read the article. You're going to get your cup of coffee and sit and read maybe 500, 1,000 words, right? Like a mini white paper, possibly. And they're like, oh, wow, let me think about that. Well, that's an interesting take on it. So it's maybe a more thoughtful, deliberate person, possibly, because I've never really quite, thought of it quite in this way. It's a very helpful conversation. But also I want to throw in the LinkedIn newsletter because the LinkedIn newsletter is essentially a compilation of articles. So if you're going to write an article these days, for the last 2 years, Ron, I have put the article in under the umbrella of my newsletter. And then it will get more readership because see, as you may know, when your monthly newsletter comes out, LinkedIn will ping all your subscribers. So I have about 2,500 subscribers to my LinkedIn newsletter. Whereas an article just comes out there, boom, just out there in the feed like a post would. Now, a post is really good when you have some energy around a post. Like I put a post up yesterday about a program. I have a speaker at my meetup, this afternoon. So then it's a just different feel to it. Tagging is, I guess you can tag in an article, but the tagging is more naturally done in a post, which, yeah, those are the things I
now
would say.
how do we establish a newsletter? Is that just a very quick separate
Yes,
routine
very
that
quick. I mean, I don't know why I didn't do it right away. Whatever. I'm just intimidated myself. So you go like you're going to write an article. Up there on your home page where it says write article, some little orange
Mhm.
lines. You click there, and then over under it's in the menu bar, and it's going to create. I'm going to take like 1/2 minute and go look at my LinkedIn because then
Okay,
I can tell
good.
you better. Okay. All right. So here it is. Manage. There's a little button called a bubble almost called manage in the menu bar of the area where you compose the article. When the drop down menu is, you go down to create newsletter. And there's this template. You put in, think this through though, before you get to this point. What's the title going to be of your newsletter? How often do you want to publish it? What's the kind of a little tagline for the newsletter? What image will you use for the newsletter? Because in your very first edition, is what LinkedIn will call them, of the newsletter, then LinkedIn will push it out. It says, we will notify your network when you publish the first edition of your network and invite new followers to subscribe. So yeah, and then there's an image, and then there's text. And what I do is I just take you know what I've done? I've repurposed a lot of old blog posts and updated them, of course, and then use them. So I didn't have to start from scratch. Rarely do I start from scratch with either an article or a newsletter.
I want to take a very brief moment to tell you about myself, the Cooper Culture, a certified veteran-owned small business. I am a retired lieutenant colonel serving the Air Force for 22 years as an F-4 pilot, commander. I have 300 combat missions. I specialize in executive leadership training, team building, and workplace culture, where we help businesses to develop a culture of loyalty, trust, and by developing personality traits and personal strengths, we can help identify those traits that support the company's objectives. We do this through half-day and all-day training shops. I'm also a public speaker where I welcome the opportunity to speak with your group to help you develop your team to the point where people are loyal and they know exactly how they fit in the organization and contribute to your strategic objectives. Through that, you will have a very profitable company and a psychologically safe space where people know they can freely discuss everything about the company themselves, and we are always working together to progress. Contact me at ron@thecooperculture.com. Our website is thecooperculture.com. Look forward to the opportunity to speak with your group, work with your group, to take your group to the next level to where we soar together. Let's work together. I appreciate what you're saying about the newsletter. Is there an optimum length read time for a newsletter, or is
kind of like an article? I realize this newsletter is almost a misnomer. It's like, in a my regular MailChimp newsletter it's kind of, at first it's got a little like, oh, what I'm up to this month. Oh, 13 years of business. Oh, here's a little LinkedIn tip. Oh, here I have my meetup. So it's more like a newsletter, right? What we would picture, right? But in a LinkedIn newsletter is only one topic. I mean, it's really like a section within a normal newsletter, if that's making sense. To answer your question, therefore, I think anywhere from 5 to even as much as 1,500 words. I've seen pretty long ones, somewhere in that 500 to maybe 1,000 word range might work.
Now, in terms of frequency, weekly, bi-weekly, you have a general premise with that?
I see a lot of people doing weekly newsletters. I don't know if they're doing them themselves. Maybe they are. Maybe they got AI helpers, whatever. I don't have the bandwidth for that. So I do mine monthly.
Okay. Now, do you personally write yours, or do you AI, or
Me
a
and
combination
Chat
of?
GPT, I got to say, I'm not alone anymore. I like to call her Athena. That's my name what's your name for your AI? Athena is a goddess of wisdom and strategy, and I'm rather Athena like myself, So yeah. So yes, I do use not in every time, but a lot of times I collaborate with my AI. But you got to be careful of that, so it doesn't, like, people say it's so boring on LinkedIn. Everybody writes the same as their AI, So keep your own, personal style in there. That's pretty darn important.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Joyce. There is a way to either you personally do it, or you can ask Chat to personalize this. And maybe a professional reader would know that, no, this is 70%.
That's a really good point. And I think seems like Chat, after 2 years, we're pretty tight, But but I like that idea of asking them. And what's the really annoying part of Chat, in a way, ChatGPT, is they're like your best fan. Oh, this is so good. This is so much like you. I really like it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Come on, get over it. Let's get down to business. Like, if you're looking for a pep talk, get an AI tool.
Well, Marty has become our resident Chat GPT expert.
Whoa.
Wow.
And so she is very good at that. She and Chat have a very good relationship. We in our business have a very good relationship as well. So I do
I lo-
use Chat GPT and ask it questions, and as if we're
Isn't it
talking
great?
personally to each other. And I don't want to overuse it, but yet it has been very helpful to me to jog my memory of various topics and so forth. And so, yes, this is very helpful to learn about getting information out. And so, uh, you're continuously learning LinkedIn, I assume,
Yeah.
Joyce, and just there's the technology is evolving all the time. So you're just constantly learning, I suppose.
There's one more thing I just want to interject, and this might especially apply to the older users that might be seeing this. I had two issues in the first quarter of the year, bleeding into this month. One of them, my featured section stopped working for 2 months. And I kept going to LinkedIn help and just badgering them and badgering them and badgering. And finally, I got featured back. Secondly, when I would go to the search filters and you'd go in and put like a keyword and then you put in people and then you should have all these filters, right? Like first, second, third, or locations or industries, gray bars across the top of the screen. I was so pissed. This was so irritating. And I'm like, if I didn't one thing get solved, now another. So I got to say, be persistent. Don't give up and say, oh, well, my poor LinkedIn just will never be the same. No, okay, I decided to throw that in because it was current for me.
Well, you are right there. The word persistent, that's one word that I sincerely resonate with. Joyce, as we bring this in for a landing, for those who want to learn more about LinkedIn and those who feel that, well, gosh, I don't know as much as I want to, and how would a person contact you?
Well, because my last name is kind of tricky, let's go right to my website, which admittedly is a long name. But if they go to Boomers, Boomers, on the search engine, Boomers Social Media Tutor, Tutor, like a teacher. So Boomers Social Media Tutor, and that's a great website. I just got it updated, and that's very informative. And there's tips. There's a whole FAQ on LinkedIn there. So there's a lot there, and then there's a link to my LinkedIn
Yeah.
profile.
Do you have virtual classes or something of that nature?
Not really classes per se. I do have my meetup group, and if people go to the resources tab, there is a tab on there, and they can come to my meetup group. They can sign up for my newsletter. There we go, Resource Hub. I love it. So that's where we have my blog. They can read my blog. It's not really a class, but it's a blog. The FAQ videos, the LinkedIn ebook. Frankly, my classes I'm working just customized. I will do team training, things like that. But I don't have like personally regularly offered classes on a scheduled basis.
That's great. Well, Joyce, Marty and I will do everything we can to send boomers and others your way so you can tutor us on LinkedIn and social media. And we will do everything we can to have people go your way that you have learned the way. And so those people, you can show them the way. That's all good. Great to have you with us.
Oh, such a blessing. I'm so grateful to both of you. And let's keep in touch, the three of us. And I'm just so incredibly blessed and grateful, to be honest.
Sounds great. Well, thank you. We'll be back with you.
We appreciate having the opportunity to share our and our guests' life experiences with you.
The Cooper Culture advances organizations to achieve and sustain high retention rates, connected communication, and trust through personality insights and principled leadership. You can contact us at our website, thecooperculture.com, and you can contact us directly at ron@thecooperculture.com or Marty, Marty, at thecooperculture.com. We work with you to help assess aspects of your culture to advance the environment and people to their best performance. We do that through our staff of certified personal performance coaches, leadership trainers, keynote speakers, and DISC personality behavior experts. You can book a speaking engagement directly through our website by contacting us at ron@thecooperculture.com. We look forward to sharing our life experiences with you, some of which are profound, some of which are pretty funny. Some of those life experiences are ones we'll never do that again because we've been through stuff. We truly look forward to working with you, speaking with you, helping advance you in any way that we can.